Welcome to Just Crack It. In this session of RBI Grade B 2021, we will be discussing about the important topic balance of payment, which is a part of ESI series of RBI 2021. So, not wasting much time, let's start this session. So, in this lecture, we are talking about BOP or balance of payment, which is in short is the account of a country. So when we talk about budget, it is an account of a government. As in this lecture, we will be covering international transactions. Let us quickly revise what is import and export. So let's suppose we have country A and country B. If country A is getting products from B, then it is import. And if A is sending products to B, then it is exports. So I hope you understand this import and export. So I haven't mentioned it in this lecture because it's just a point of a for the basic understanding. Okay, so the transactions which we will be referring to, whether it is import or export, these are done for variety of exports or import, whether it will be goods or services. So let's move into detail. What is BOP? So BOP is an account of a country that involves how much we need to pay to the rest of the world. Rest of the world can be abroad, and how much we have to receive from rest of the world. Okay. So basically it is an account of a country which involve how much we have to pay to rest of the world or how much we have to get from rest of the world in terms of exports, imports, lending, borrowings, remittances, etc. So all these will come under it, or we can say it includes all economic transactions. So it is a systematic record of all economic transactions of residents of a country with the rest of the world during a financial year. Okay, so these are how this balance of payment is maintained. So these are maintained as per the provision of double entry bookkeeping or accounting system. Since the sum of debits and credits are always equal, so BOP account are always in balance in the accounting sense. So BOP accounts are always in a equilibrium sense. Okay. So it is based on the double entry bookkeeping system, and BOP accounts are always in balance in the accounting sense. So now let us see what is the need to have this record. So the need to have this record is to know the international economic position of a country, and which helps the government in making decisions on monetary and fiscal policies on the one hand, and the trade and payments policies on the other hand. Okay, so now let us try to understand the components of balance of payment account. So what are the components of balance of payment account? So the balance of payment account components are current account, capital account, changes in foreign exchange reserve, and errors and omissions. So quickly we will see the glimpse of all these four accounts, because I'm not going into detail because the exam is very soon, and we need to study to the point. Okay, all the relevant things I have included in this lecture, तो हम सारी चीजों को बहुत ही शॉर्ट में समझेंगे. तो अब हम पहले बात करते हैं एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस. एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस क्या होता है? whenever, as we have seen that BOP is based on the double entry bookkeeping system. Okay, तो अगर हमारा बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट मैच नहीं करता है in some cases ड्यू टू सम चेंजेस, क्या होता है कि हमारा बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट मैच नहीं करता है, तो जितने भी अमाउंट से हमारा बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट मैच नहीं करता है, हम उस पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट को एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस में डाल देते हैं. सिंपल, नथिंग इज मच नीडेड इन दिस. तो इन शॉर्ट एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस आर नथिंग. अगर हमें अपना बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट को मैच करना होता है, तो जो भी जितने भी अमाउंट से हमारा बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट हमारा मैच नहीं हो रहा होता है, हम उस अमाउंट को एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस में डाल देते हैं. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू करंट अकाउंट. अब हम देखते हैं करंट अकाउंट को, हम थोड़ा डिटेल में देखते हैं कि व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स विल कम अंडर करंट अकाउंट. सो यू विल हैव एक्सपोर्ट्स, इंपोर्ट्स, टूरिज्म, रेमिटेंसेस. सो दोज थिंग्स which have no liabilities will come here in current account. And current account is also further divided into trade account and invisible account. So when we talk about trade account में हम सिर्फ goods की बात करते हैं. So it basically includes export of goods and import of goods. Okay, so is as goods are visible things, so हम इसको visible account भी कहते हैं और mercantile accounts भी कहते हैं. So now let's see कि हम balance of trade को कैसे calculate करते हैं. So balance of trade को calculate करने के लिए exports of goods minus import of goods. I have not written over here goods. Why? Because इट्स अंडरस्टूड कि ट्रेड अकाउंट में सारे गुड्स आते हैं. सो वेन एवर इट इज रिटन ट्रेड अकाउंट एंड इट्स रिटन ओनली एक्सपोर्ट्स, तो you need to understand that it is we are talking about export of goods. Okay, so balance of trade is calculated as exports of goods minus import of goods. And whenever हमारे एक्सपोर्ट्स हमारे कम होते हैं इम्पोर्ट से, एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ गुड्स इज लेस देन इम्पोर्ट्स ऑफ गुड्स, तो क्या जो बैलेंस निकल के आता है दैट इज नोन एज ट्रेड डेफिशिएंट. एंड वेन एवर द एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ गुड्स is more than the imports of goods, the balance which comes out is the trade surplus. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. And coming to invisible account, so invisible account basically includes import and export of services. यहाँ पे हम सिर्फ services की बात करते हैं because goods की बात हम already trade account में कर चुके हैं. And as services are invisible in nature, we cannot see them, we cannot feel them. So services, this is known as invisible account also. So it includes basically current transfer, foreign remittances, gifts, grant, etc. अब here we all are not dealing with goods, it's already covered, as I have told you, it's already covered in trade account or visible account. So here it will be import and export of services only. So also this foreign remittances are basically large. Here we are the largest receiver of foreign remittances and the current transfer are usually very high, so we get huge remittances from abroad. So I hope this is all clear. And also this invisible account further includes services, incomes and transfers, current transfers. Okay, so incomes are basically profits, interest. What is an interest? The interest जो हम loans लेते हैं abroad से, उनको हम उनका जो interest पे करते हैं वो यहाँ पे आता है. And this interest is basically minus negative, इसका balance होता है. And dividends इसमें आते हैं. Okay, so I hope this is all clear to you. अब हम बात करते हैं कैपिटल अकाउंट की. सो बिफोर कैपिटल अकाउंट को हम डिटेल में देखते हैं, उससे पहले हम लेट्स सी हाउ टू कैलकुलेट करंट अकाउंट बैलेंस. So how this I have already told you that how to calculate visible account balance. It is export of goods minus import of goods. Fine. This I have told you here that balance of trade is export of goods minus import of goods. So it is also known as visible account balance. Now as the current account is current account have two accounts, that is trade account and invisible account. So we have already taken out the visible account balance and now let's see the invisible account balance को हम कैसे calculate करते हैं. So invisible account balance को हम calculate करने के लिए export of services plus transfer receipts को हम इसमें add करते हैं minus import of services plus transfer payments. सो इनविजिबल अकाउंट इज ऑलवेज सरप्लस, जो कि हमें हमेशा हमारा सरप्लस आता है बिकॉज वी हैव अ वेरी हाई रेमिटेंसेज एंड आईटी सपोर्ट सर्विसेज. ओके, so how we will calculate current account balance. So current account balance will be calculated as either we can say कि हम visible account balance को invisible account balance को हम अगर दोनों को ऐड कर दें तो हमारा current account balance आ जाएगा, or else we can see that current export of goods and services plus transfer receipts minus import of goods and services plus transfer payments is a current account balance. This is what we have done over here also. This is all we have done over here also कि हमने विजिबल अकाउंट बैलेंस को इनविजिबल अकाउंट बैलेंस को ऐड कर दिया है और हमारा करंट अकाउंट बैलेंस उसमें कैलकुलेट हो गया है. सो हमने अभी तक क्या करा कि हमने पूरा करंट अकाउंट पढ़ लिया कि करंट अकाउंट क्या होता है, करंट अकाउंट के कितने, करंट अकाउंट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू हाउ मच अकाउंट, दैट इज ट्रेड अकाउंट एंड इनविजिबल अकाउंट. इनविजिबल अकाउंट में क्या क्या आता है, ट्रेड अकाउंट में किस किस की बात करते हैं, एंड बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड कैसे निकालते हैं, एंड बैलेंस ऑफ इनविजिबल अकाउंट कैसे निकालते हैं, और हम इन दोनों को ऐड करके जो निकालते हैं उसको हम बोलते हैं बैलेंस ऑफ करंट अकाउंट. आई होप दिस मच इज क्लियर टू यू ऑल. नाउ कमिंग टू capital account. So what is capital account? Now let's see. So capital account is all about change in assets or liabilities like FDI, buying shares from stock exchange. So when we talk about borrowings, या फिर borrowings and lendings. Okay, so now when we talk about borrowings are also the part of the capital account. So borrowings are liabilities and lendings over here are assets. Okay, so capital account basically includes change in assets or liabilities which include FDI, foreign direct investment, buying shares from stock exchange, borrowings and lendings. So I haven't divided this capital account over here because यहाँ पे इतना स्पेस नहीं था जो मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर सकती थी. सो what I have did, मैंने कैपिटल अकाउंट को यहाँ पे पूरा एक्सप्लेन करा है in the form of chart so that it become easy for you all. So Capital account basically includes, what are the parts of capital account? Let's see. So the parts of capital accounts are, you can have foreign investment. That foreign investment are further divided into FDI and PFI. FDI over here is portfolio direct investment and PFI over here is portfolio investment. Okay. Then you can have ECB, that is in external commercial borrowings. So what are external commercial borrowings? So any Indian company borrowing from abroad will come in external commercial borrowings. So external commercial borrowings basically refers to borrowings of private and public sector companies from abroad. Okay, so I have explained this over here only. So what are ECB? I think you get the thing well. Now you can also have NRI deposits. अब NRI deposits हमारे क्या होते हैं? These are the external debts. So rupees account, foreign currency account, all comes under NRI deposits. Now further external assistance also comes under it. These are only loans. um, External assistance are only loans, so only loans are included. As grants we have already added under current account as part of invisible account. Okay, so we have already talked about grants in इनविजिबल अकाउंट. सो ग्रांट्स हमारे वहीं पे इंक्लूड हो गए. तो यहाँ पर जब एक्सटर्नल असिस्टेंट की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ इनविजिबल अकाउंट आता है. एंड द थर्ड थिंग विच कम्स अंडर इट इज सेल एंड परचेज ऑफ असेट्स. सो वट एवर हम अब्रॉड से अगर हम सेल या परचेज कर रहे हैं assets का, that those also will come under capital account. Okay, so अब हम देखते हैं कि capital account balance हम कैसे निकालते हैं. So capital account balance is calculated as capital receipts minus capital payment. So what all comes under capital receipts? It comes inflow borrowings, foreigner buying assets in India, and outflows, that is Indian investing abroad or borrowings. Okay, so capital in जो account होता है is always surplus. So now it is necessary to understand that is capital account is good or bad. So for short term it is good as you are getting funds, but for long term it is not good as you have to pay interest on the funds which you are on the loans which you are taking. Okay, so reason for deficit current is also huge interest on borrowing. So अगर हमारा deficit current account हमारा deficit आ रहा है तो वो उसका one of the interest is huge interest on borrowing. So because as we have seen यहाँ पे हम जो interest है उसको हम यहाँ पे minus करते हैं. Okay, so अगर हमारा current account deficit आता है तो उसका एक reason ये भी है कि we are taking huge borrowings. Okay, so I hope this is all clear to you. तो हमने यहाँ पे current account देख लिया, करंट अकाउंट में क्या क्या इंक्लूडेड होता है, देन कैपिटल अकाउंट देख लिया, देन एरर्स एंड ओमिशंस व्हिच वी हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट. नाउ द ओनली थिंग इज लेफ्ट इज चेंजेस इन फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व. So changes in foreign exchange reserve. What is foreign exchange reserve? So this mainly includes gold reserves, then SDR, then reserve tranche. Then now let's see what are reserves. So the money which is deposited by RBI in terms of dollar are known as reserves. So when we are talking about SDR, so SDR are mainly special drawing rights. So what are these? So if you have taken if you have taken membership in IMF, so as SDR are the part of the IMF, that is sorry. So if you have taken IMF membership, then you get a right to get some percentage of money according to certain conditions. So special drawing rights are the rights which are only given to the members of the IMF. Okay, now further comes to reserve tranche. So what is this reserve tranche? So this reserve tranche is nothing, it is 25% of SDR. So the money which can be withdrawn any time without the permission of IMF. So अगर हमें reserve tranche में से पैसे चाहिए होते हैं तो we are the member of IMF, then we don't need to take permission from IMF. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So now why we take foreign exchange reserve? So when these all includes foreign exchange reserve and these all makes the foreign exchange reserve. Okay, so now why we take foreign exchange reserve? Because if capital account also fails to balance current account, then money will be go from foreign exchange reserve. So that means क्या होता है कि अगर हमारा बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट मैच नहीं कर रहा है, इफ करंट कैपिटल अकाउंट में बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट को मैच नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, तो हम फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व में से पैसे लेके अपने बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट को मैच करते हैं. So BOP is basically maintained by RBI. So if suppose there is balance left in capital account, अगर हमारा capital account में balance left हो जाता है, then the amount is also taken up by RBI. Means कि अगर सरप्लस है तब भी आरबीआई ले लेता है, और अगर सरप्लस अगर हमारा बीओपी मैच नहीं कर रहा होता है, देन ऑल्सो जो फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व में से अमाउंट है वो आरबीआई वहां से लेके बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट को हमारा मैच करते हैं. ओके, सो आई होप यू गेट दिस ऑल. हमने इसके चारों अकाउंट्स के बारे में पढ़ लिया. नाउ कमिंग टू व्हाट इज बीओपी इक्विलिब्रियम. सो no change in foreign exchange reserve, that means BOP is balance of equilibrium is basically no change in foreign exchange reserve. That means ultimately it has to be zero, so which means there is no increase or decrease in foreign exchange reserve. So BOP is basically autonomous receipts minus autonomous payments. So autonomous receipts is basically inflows and autonomous payments are basically outflows. So BOP हमारा जब surplus होता है तो इट इज लाइक हमारा जो फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व है विल इंक्रीज. एंड हाउ इट इंक्रीजेज, इट इज ऑटोनोमस रिसिप्ट इज ग्रेटर देन ऑटोनोमस पेमेंट्स, एंड बीओपी इज डेफिशिएंट व्हेन ऑटोनोमस रिसिप्ट इज लेस देन ऑटोनोमस पेमेंट, एंड एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हमारा फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व विल डिक्रीज. सो फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई हैव बाइफरकेटेड सर्विसेज, जस्ट बिकॉज हमने सर्विसेज को हमने इनविजिबल अकाउंट में डिस्कस किया था, तो यू शुड नो दैट सर्विसेज में क्या क्या इंक्लूड होता है. तो सर्विसेज बेसिकली इंक्लूड फैक्टर सर्विसेज एंड नॉन फैक्टर सर्विसेज. सो फैक्टर सर्विसेज इज लैंड, लेबर, कैपिटल, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. लैंड को हम रेंट देते हैं, लेबर को वेजेस, एंड कैपिटल में इंटरेस्ट, एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में हम क्या प्रॉफिट मिलता है. ओके, now non-factor services is mainly IT services, which is the largest services, and we get most of the benefit from IT services. Our country is getting too much benefit from it. So IT enabled services like BPOs, consultancy services like travel and tourism comes under non-factor services. Now let's come to currency convertibility. So अब करेंसी कन्वर्टेबिलिटी क्या होता है, दैट कन्वर्टिंग डॉलर टू रूपी और रूपी टू डॉलर इज अ करेंसी कन्वर्टेबिलिटी. ओके, so currency of a country can be freely converted into foreign exchange at market determined price. ये हमेशा किस में होता है, market determined prices में ही होता है. Why market determined prices? Because मार्केट ये हमेशा मार्केट डिटरमाइंड रेट में होता है, और मार्केट ये जो करेंसी कन्वर्टेबल होता है इट इज मेनली सम ऑथराइज्ड डीलर्स के थ्रू ही होता है. ओके, so it is currency convertibility is based on market determined rate. For example, अगर एक डॉलर का प्राइस सपोज 60 to 70 रुपीज में लाई करता है, if suppose $1 is equals to 60 rupees, that means whenever you want to exchange rupees into dollar, so if you pay 60 rupees you will get $1. Okay, so ये mostly fluctuate करता रहता है according to market determined rate. So convert, it is nothing, converting dollar to a rupee or rupee to a dollar is currency convertibility. So currency of a country can be freely converted into foreign exchange at market determined rate of exchange, that is exchange rate as determined by demand for and supply of a currency. Okay, so let's see the example over here. For example, convertibility of rupee means that those who have foreign exchange, example US dollar, pound sterling, and etc., can get them converted into rupees and vice versa at the market determined rate of exchange. This I told you that as $1 is equals to, as $1 lies between 60 to 70 rupees, that is the market determined rate of exchange. So under convertibility of a currency there are authorized dealers. I have told you that these are done by the authorized dealer, these are not done by the RBI. Okay, authorized dealer of a foreign exchange which constitute foreign exchange market. So now coming to rupee convertibility. So Indian rupee is fully convertible only in current account में ही fully convertible होता है. They are not convertible in capital account. There are some restrictions in that. This means one can import and export goods or service, export goods or receive or make payments for services rendered. However, investment and borrowings are restricted. Okay, तो investment and borrowings हमारे restricted हैं because they are the part of the capital account, and we can import and export goods and receive payment for the services rendered, and for that purpose हमारा जो Indian rupee है वो fully convertible है, and this is the part of the current account. Okay, now let's see the current account convertibility. So you know that you have two accounts in current account, that is visible and invisible. So when we have to send money to anyone abroad, then we usually send it in rupee. and they need the amount in dollar. So then for that case we need to get the rupee convertible into dollar, and this is called current account convertibility. So this is the basic thing कि बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में इट इज नथिंग कि जब हम किसी को जब हमें कुछ भी एक्सपोर्ट करना है या इंपोर्ट करना है फॉर द गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज विच वी टेक फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, तो वहाँ के लोगों को हमारा जो अमाउंट है वो अपनी करेंसी में चाहिए होता है, तो हम अपने रुपीज को उनकी करेंसी में जो कन्वर्टेबल कराते हैं, कन्वर्ट करा के जो पैसे देते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं करंट अकाउंट कन्वर्टेबिलिटी. ओके, let's see what all it is written over here. So current account convertibility allows free inflows and outflows for all purpose other than for capital purposes. This I told you that capital account convertibility possible नहीं होता है, such as investment and loans. In other words, it allows resident to make and receive trade related payments, receive dollars for export of goods and services and pay dollars for import of goods and services. Make sundry remittances, access foreign currency for travel, studies abroad, medical treatments and gifts, etc. Though current account in India is fully convertible, but still some restrictions are imposed by FEMA, which are as follows. So what FEMA has imposed some restrictions in current account convertibility also. Let's see what are those. So non-convertible for betting, gambling and prohibited items. So it has said that betting, gambling, prohibited items के लिए it is not convertible. And if you are traveling to Bhutan, Nepal, you can only carry maximum of 10k dollar, that is maximum rupees 100 in rupees 100 denomination. And if you are traveling to other countries, you can carry maximum 25k dollar per visit. Beyond that you need to take permission from RBI. And for education, medical treatment, employment permissions, limit is 1 lakh dollar. And if you are sending gifts, then the limit is rupees 5 lakh one. So apart from this, there is one liberalized remittance scheme which was came in 2004. So it says apart from FEMA limit also, Indian resident may spend 2.5 lakh dollar per year per person abroad. Okay, so liberalized remittance scheme is beyond the limit of FEMA. Okay, so it says that you can spend 2.5 lakh dollar per year per person abroad. Now coming to capital account convertibility. So we have already seen current account convertibility. So capital account convertibility में क्या होता है? Under capital account convertibility, any Indian or Indian company is entitled to move freely from the rupee to another currency to convert Indian financial assets into foreign financial assets and back at an exchange rate fixed by the foreign exchange market and not by RBI. This I already told you. Then foreign exchange जो है वो कौन fix करता है? Some other authorities. It is not fixed by RBI. Okay, in a way it removes all the restraint on international flows on India's capital account. There is a basic difference between current account convertibility and capital account convertibility. So capital account convertibility में क्या होता है? All there were many restrictions and इसी restrictions के लिए रोड मैप बताने के लिए ये कहा गया था कि हमारा कैपिटल अकाउंट को हम फुली कन्वर्टेबल कर सकते हैं. इसके लिए आरबीआई ने एक तारापुर कमेटी को सेटअप किया गया था एंड कहा था कि तारापुर कमेटी ये बताए कि कैसे हम कुछ सजेशंस दे जिससे पूरा कैपिटल अकाउंट को हम फुली कन्वर्टेबल कर सकें. सो विच वी विल सी फर्दर. सो करंट अकाउंट कन्वर्टेबिलिटी और कैपिटल अकाउंट कन्वर्टेबिलिटी में डिफरेंस क्या होता है? लेट्स सी. So it is important to have a transaction importing and exporting of goods, buying and selling of services, inward or outward remittances, etc. So as we all know that what current account involves, it involves importing and exporting of goods, buying and selling of services, inward and outward remittances के बारे में बात की गई थी, तो ये सारा इसमें आता है. Involving payment or receipt of one currency against another currency. So when we talk about capital account convertibility, a currency can be convertible only into any currency without any transaction. Okay, सो अगर हम कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन्स कर रहे हैं, इफ इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, यहाँ पे ट्रांजेक्शन का होना जरूरी होता है. बट कैपिटल अकाउंट में कन्वर्टेबल हो सकता है विदाउट एनी ट्रांजेक्शन ऑल्सो. करेंसी कैन बी कन्वर्टेबल इनटू एनी अदर करेंसी विदाउट एनी ट्रांजेक्शन ऑल्सो. ओके, बट यहाँ पे टू हैव एन ट्रांजेक्शन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो now let's see what is the advantage of having this currency convertibility. So advantage are, it will encourage export. Okay, and incentive to send remittances from abroad. A self-balancing mechanism is there, and then encouragement to import substitute. These are all the advantage of currency convertibility. So there are some restrictions under FEMA for capital account convertibility also. So let's see what are those restrictions which were imposed by FEMA under capital account convertibility. This is ECB. ECB is external commercial borrowings. For this quota was put up, that is $1 billion entirely for aviation sector, and for individual company it is $300 million. The maturity is 3 years minimum plus approval from IBI, RBI is needed. And also there were the restrictions in foreign direct investment and FII restrictions. Okay, and also the 100% for investment liberty in Bhutan. Okay, there was a 100% investment liberty for country Bhutan. Okay, everywhere else it was a $75K investment per year by individual. Example, buying shares, opening foreign bank accounts. Okay, now financial action task force was there. It was for non-cooperative countries like Iran and North Korea. No investing in these countries. Okay, now coming to Tarapur committee, as I have told you that हमारा कैपिटल अकाउंट फुली कन्वर्टेबल नहीं था, तो आरबीआई ने एक कमेटी कंस्टिट्यूट की, नेम तारापुर कमेटी, टू सजेस्ट अ रोड मैप ऑन फुली कन्वर्टेबल ऑफ रुपी ऑन कैपिटल अकाउंट. And the committee submitted its report in May 1997. It recommended application of capital account convertibility for 1998 to 2000 period but was never implemented. Okay, and तारापुर कमेटी ने कैपिटल अकाउंट को फुली कन्वर्टेबल करने के लिए भी ये नहीं कहा था कि हम एक बार में पूरा हम फुली कन्वर्टेबल कर दें. ओके, सो the committee suggested three phases of adopting the fully convertibility of rupee in capital account. The first phase was in 2006 to 2007. The second phase was in 2007 to 2009. And the third phase was by 2011. Again in 2006, second time Tarapur committee was set up. So two times Tarapur committee was set up, one in May 1997 and one in 2006. And the important thing is, तारापुर कमेटी ने ये नहीं बोला था, एक बार में ही सजेस्ट नहीं की थी कि कैसे हम फुली कन्वर्टेबल ऑफ रुपी इन कैपिटल अकाउंट को फुली कन्वर्टेबल कर सकें इन रुपी में. दे सजेस्टेड थ्री फेजेस को थ्री फेजेस में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए कहा था, which all I have told you. First phase in 2006 to 2007, second phase in 2007 to 2009, and third phase by 2011. So let's see what were the recommendations which were given by Tarapur committee. So the restrictions was the ceiling for external commercial borrowing should be raised for automatic approval. So एक्सटर्नल कॉमर्शियल बोरोइंग पे जो रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा रखी हैं उसको बढ़ाओ, ज़्यादा लोन लेने दो कैपिटल मार्केट के थ्रू, कैपिटल मार्केट में पैसा ला, सो दैट द कैपिटल मार्केट में क्या ला सके, पैसा ला सके. ओके, द एनआरआई शुड बी अलाउड टू इन्वेस्ट इन कैपिटल मार्केट. एनआरआई को अलाउ करा जाए कि कैपिटल मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करें, सो दैट हमारा जो कैपिटल मार्केट है उसमें ज़्यादा पैसे आ सके. एनआरआई डिपॉजिट शुड बी गिवन टैक्स बेनिफिट. एनआरआई डिपॉजिट्स को टैक्स बेनिफिट दिया जाए so that they can invest more in our country. Okay, and also the foreign institutional investors should be prohibited from investing fresh money raised to participatory note. What are this participatory note? Participatory notes is जब हम ब्लैक मनी को वाइट मनी की टर्म्स में स्पेंड करते हैं, एंड जहाँ पे जो उसका होल्डर होता है पैसे का, वो उसकी जो इमेज होती है और आइडेंटिटी होती है विच इज kept hidden. Okay, so existing participatory notes holders should be given an exit route to phase out completely the promissory notes. Okay, and also it is allowed to improve the banking regulations. Also ये कहा गया कि ये सारे चीजें आप तभी लागू कर सकते हो, या फिर यू कैन से दैट यू कैन ओनली कन्वर्ट द कैपिटल अकाउंट, you can only fully convert you can only convert the capital account only if the economy is stable and there is a low inflation rate, high forex, low deficit net financing, etc. So it says that although the recommendations further conditions the implementation over the stability and strength of Indian economic situation, which are examples: stable economic exchange stable and low inflation rates, high forex, low deficit financing, etc. So there were some recommendations of तारापुर committee को जो हमने implement किया था, that is in bits and pieces by the current government, as can be seen in that continuous liberalization of FDI limits को हम continuously liberalize कर रहे हैं, liberalization of FPI investment accompanied with measures to elongate the period of investment via incentivization, and recent changes in economic commercial borrowing frameworks with increased limits and enhanced hedging requirements, and also the separate liberalized ECB framework बनाया गया for startups, and it talked or banning promissory notes को ban करने के लिए बोला गया है. Okay, so this all was from Tarapur committee, and I hope you get today's lecture well. और हम इसका जो पार्ट बी है उसमें हम बात करेंगे बीओपी क्राइसिस के बारे में, एंड बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट से रिलेटेड जितने भी करंट अफेयर्स हैं लास्ट 6 मंथ्स में वो भी हम इसमें कवर करेंगे, बिकॉज दिस एग्जाम इज मोस्टली बेस्ड ऑन करंट अफेयर्स. सो हमने जो प्रीवियस पेपर्स देखे हैं उनको एनालाइज, उससे हमने एनालाइज किया है दैट ओनली द बेसिक थिंग्स आर आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम, एंड ऑल्सो द करंट अफेयर्स पे ज़्यादा फोकस किया गया है. तो वी विल ट्राई टू गिव यू ऑल द करंट अफेयर्स रिलेटेड टू ईच एंड एवरी टॉपिक, एंड अवर टीम इज वर्किंग ऑन दैट. We will be giving you all the 6 months current affairs, and all topic wise current affairs we will be providing you. So in the part B of this lecture, that is part 2, we will be giving you all the current affairs. So I hope you get this today's lecture well. And also one more thing, if you want me to make you understand or to discuss some more topics, you please can write in the comment section. I will try to elaborate that also. And thank you.